We're looking at Revolver play offense here, and they're coming out in their side stack. So they've got 5 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Their 2 handlers are back. They've got 0. They've got 0 over here on this sideline. So this is different than things we do. We'll put 2 over here, 3 over here. This is also different than things we've seen Pony do, where Pony had 4 over here and 1 over here. And I think my first comment is just players get really hung up on the initiation structures a lot, and they see these 5 people over here, and they just automatically assume that's completely different offense than a 2-3, or completely different offense than a flat 4, or it's just like a new offense from a 4-1. And I think my point would just be that it doesn't really matter how teams set up, what their initial structures are. Revolver has a lot of very similar ideas to the things that we're teaching and trying to do, and there's plenty that we can learn from watching Revolver play offense, even though they might set up in a 0-5 and we're going to set up in a 2-3. So let's try to find things that they do that we also want to do. So this right here, as they initiate, I'm seeing a pairs cut. So this first person down here, 4 in the stack, he is going to be slashing across horizontally. This is something we have in our offense, this attack layer, travel horizontally, find this point, move vertically off of it. And then this person sets up a pairs cut. So that idea of one person's going deep, one person's going deep, or one person's going under off of that deep move, that's a pairs cut idea that I want us to know and be running. So there's a good example of that. As I watch the slasher, in this moment, he's got two defenders who are worried about him, 2 people watching him. And as he goes deep, 47 leaves him. And now 18's person is just locked in on him right here. 18 is just totally hat for hat guarded, but 47 is going to pick him up as he comes across. And so now we've got 2 Pony defenders who are worried about 1 cutter. And I think sometimes players get worked up about this too, but I would describe this as a feature of good offense rather than a bug of good offense. So a good initiation play is going to force the defense to try to create a numerical advantage. They're going to bring 3 defenders to guard 2 players. And here you can see that there's 2 defenders trying to guard 1 player. That is a feature of good offense. That is a feature of a good initiation play, because now 47 is just going to be completely unguarded, and you just take the layup to the wide open unguarded person. So I think, this is a great outcome. This is great awareness by the center handler to just find that wide open person. And I also think this is what happens when you get good at your initiation plays. This is what happens when you get good at pairs cutting. It's just going to leave people wide open for layups. Here's Revolver in their side stack again. So all 5 players are going to come over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're all going to be on this sideline. There's going to be 0 over here. So this is just empty space. And again, they're going to do something, the 5-person side stack may not be something that we do, but they're going to start with a concept that should feel very familiar with us. They're going to start with a pairs cut. One person's going to attack deep. The other one's going to come under off of that. So here from the 4, again, this is for sure something that is in our offense. Find that attack layer, travel horizontally through it, hit that attack point and go deep. This is also make a pairs cut off of a deep cutter, have one person go deep, the next person set up and come under. That is also a concept that we want to use a lot in our offense. And we can see that here they come through it. So in the last clip, I think I was showing that there were multiple Pony defenders guarding just the 2. They were bringing 3 defenders to guard the 2 pairs cut. In this clip, Pony just does a better job of going hat for hat. We're going to go 1v1 across the board. And off of that, they guard it pretty well. And then this 3rd person's going to get involved. So as I look at this, I'm seeing there's the sag right here. And we want to attack the break side. So Pony is, I think this 3rd person stepping in is here. He's thinking, how can we split, give our thrower 2 options. So this first person is going wide. That would be the around forehand to the wider space. And this second guy, he is going to keep it more narrow. And he's going to say, let's see if my thrower can throw through the sag with that tighter inside space. And it just gives the thrower both options. So this person can cut wide, this person can cut narrow. This is also, we haven't really dug into this, but this is also a type of pairs cutting where both people are going under. One should just go wide and the other could just go narrow. And it's a good way of just giving your thrower the option. So in this moment, the thrower can say, do I want to beat this to the around, or can I throw through this sag? And you can see they actually choose the harder throw. They choose the sag spot. And I think the reason they choose it is because they want to keep the disc in the middle of the field and they don't want to go to the sideline. But it's a good job of these two undercutters just giving their thrower both angles and letting him choose which way do you want to break the mark to start the offense. Here, Revolver is going to get away from their 5-person side stack, and they're going to show us their 1-3-1. So they got 1 on this sideline. This guy's going to a sideline, and there's 3 in the middle. So there's 1, and then 3 vertically stacked, and then another 1. And again, the same comment that I made when I was talking about 5 people on one sideline, just because this structure looks different or is laid out differently than we might do it, doesn't mean this is a completely new offense. It doesn't mean you need to just like delete everything that you've ever learned. There's a lot of very familiar concepts as we roll through this, and there's for sure things that we can learn as we watch them. So the first is that from this 3, there's going to be a bottom slashing and going deep, and then the top is going to come under off of that. So to me, I'm seeing a diamond cut with a person in the middle of the diamond cut. So I'm seeing I'm seeing 3 people stacked up. The bottom and the top are running a diamond cut, and then the middle is just not in part of that diamond cut. And we can see that go right here. So that bottom is going to start. He's going to make some horizontal move and then turn it upfield. And then off of that action, the top of the stack is dropping in. So I think that's just a diamond cut. And now I think we're seeing another concept that we should hopefully be familiar with. This handler is going upline. And from the middle, this guy is going to end up dropping in. So to me, this looks a lot like a Buford concept. So we start over here with a diamond concept between a top and a bottom of a 3. And then immediately we're seeing a Buford concept on the fill from over here. So we can see that upline go and the person drop in and they become a handler. Neither of those plays worked, right? The diamond didn't get anyone open, the Buford didn't get anyone open, but now we still have a person in the middle of the field, and this is just 1v1 in space. Good offenses get 1v1s in space. Here's another thing that we for sure have in our offense. So 88 here is going to make a big slash horizontally across the field, and this thrower does end up hitting them. So let's just stick with 88 here, watch how he does this a little bit. So he's going to push up field, gain some elevation, and then he's going to start his slash. And again, he's attacking the back of his defender. This is how you get open against good defenders. You attack their back and run past their back. That gets him open. So this is this is good separation on a slash. This is open. We just got to throw a nice flat break throw to the slasher, and that's great. And so then here's the final piece of this scoring action is that, we have a thrower, and on top of them we have 1v1. And we're giving this 1v1 person a lot of space. This is the goal of almost every set piece, every like pairs cut, is to kind of create a situation where there's one person with the disc and one person alone on top of them, and there's just space to go beat them. And we can see that the thrower does a nice job of throwing a flat huck out in front, and this guy brings it in on the back line. He's got to toe it a little bit, but he's got plenty of space. And that's good offense, I think. This is a nice in-cut to huck. This in-cut goes to the break side. So I think a lot of times when we're looking at in-cuts to hucks, you're seeing a four-side in-cut to a four-side huck. This is a break side in-cut. You can see it forces backhand here. The center handler has to throw a forehand around to break the mark. And then this is a four-side huck. So he starts he's got that momentum towards the forehand. He knows that the mark has to fight around. He knows the mark has to work really hard to get flat on him here. So he's going to use the defense's momentum against him, and he's going to just step into this backhand huck, and he throws it nice and flat and out in front. And then I really like this two-handed jam right here. This is just go up strong with authority, go grab it with two hands. It's cool to dunk on people with two hands. You don't always have to style on them with one hand. Dunking on somebody with two hands is also cool. But let's back up and let's think about the way number 8 sets up this deep cut. So I'm seeing number 8 make a horizontal move, and then I'm seeing them go deep off of that. And we can watch him go through here. So here's this horizontal move, and then he breaks it down, turns deep off of that. Let's see how he's also does a really good job of attacking his defender's back. So right here, he gets onto 7's back. That makes 7 turn. And then when he goes again, 7, again, he's on 7's back as he makes this deep move. So he does a really good job of just attacking his defender's back twice. And I think that this 90-degree turn, as he's going upfield, this 90-degree turn allows him to attack the back. And then again, this 90-degree turn allows him to attack the back. And then he does a really good job of just going up with authority and two-handed jam. Just wanted to pull this one. This is, again, a break side in cut to a huck. The last one I showed you, the person used the mark against him and stepped into the backhand side. In this example, I'm showing that it is still possible to throw forehand huck against a flat mark on this sideline. So here the person comes in, catches, turns the mark's a little preoccupied, he's probably thinking, oh, this is going to be some kind of backhand break to a slasher. But we just get a nice forehand throw, huck right past that mark, flat out into space, let your person go run it down. I just wanted people to know that it is possible to throw both forehands and backhands against a flat force on this sideline.